Hello, welcome to another episode of ASP StuffRadio, the show where we talk about stuff, ranging from trivial topics such as the origins of the universe, to more significant and meaningful topics like why on earth would Starbucks declare war against Christmas?
Waging war on Christmas. That's a new thing.
It's Thursday, November 12th. I'm Albert Joseph Felice III. Joining me today is Stephen Felice and Paul Felice. Guys, welcome.
Hello to Indonesia.
Indonesia!
Did we ever make contact with that Indonesian?
Not yet.
So this is a show
But
about stuff, not to be confused, a show about nothing, which is similar to Seinfeld. We're about stuff.
we're about stuff, but nothing in particular.
It's just about every kind of stuff.
Except
everything.
for a war.
A war.
We got a war going on.
All right, you're the Mr. NPR genius. How about you fill us on some politics already?
Actually, where did I first hear about this? Is on TMZ.
TMZ.
So randomly, and I don't watch TMZ, but I was just had it on, and they talked about it on TMZ. They said that they showed the is it called the Satan Cup? I'm not sure what it's named, but it has the Antichrist.
Oh, the
Cup.
war on Christ.
The war on Christ cups
Declared by Starbucks.
It's got a few names, but yeah, NPR. I don't know if they mentioned it, but it was definitely mentioned by TMZ, and the hosts there, or people talking, were one of them was sort of upset about it, but
Very
In a high-pitched voice.
I should have started the Stuffcast radio with my high-pitched whiny voice. Hello and welcome to ASP Stuffcast Radio, where we talk about
that's NPR. So
Yeah.
TMZ, I think they have
They
more
have
of the
low baritone voices.
no, they're more of the voice fry. What is that?
Vocal fry?
The vocal fry. Kardashian.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or every statement ends in a question mark.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna talk about Starbucks, coffee cups all day.
So, but most of them were not upset about it. They were upset that people were upset, I guess. And I don't know how this started. I know Myra heard about it, right?
Yeah.
She heard about it firsthand.
Wait, but Myra represents Starbucks, so isn't she against Christmas and Christianity, even though she's a Christian?
So, yeah, all of Starbucks is against Christmas. I mean, especially in November, which is when we should all be concerned about Christmas. So this whole thing is because they released their holiday cups this past weekend. Everyone's just upset that it's a blank red cup and it doesn't have little snowflakes or
Rudolph.
Santa Claus or reindeer on it like it has in the past.
Right.
And they want... So now everyone's calling for people to... So when you go to Starbucks, if you want your Christmas cup, instead of giving them your name, you're supposed to tell them, my name's Merry Christmas.
Oh.
So that you trick Starbucks into writing Merry Christmas on their blank Satan cup.
What if they say Merry Effin' Christmas?
Well, it's all about how you want to read about holiday cheer. So that gets you in the mood. Merry effing Christmas. Then that'll do it for you. You could also call yourself Snowflake or Reindeer.
Or you could say, my name is Stupid Starbucks, and I'm
Stupid
Satanic.
Starbuck. You can
Or you could say,
call yourself Satan Cup, and then people would label it for you.
You could say, my name is, the person writing this Merry Christmas on this cup is an idiot douchebag.
There you go.
I think you should play that Ellen DeGeneres clip that I sent over. That was And then Colbert did a funny one last night too.
I
but
saw
I'll
that
have
with
to find
with that what do you call it? The guy who was hooked on caffeine.
I'm in a great mood. I'm usually in a great mood, but I'm in a great mood today, and you too. Good. I'm glad. I'm so glad to hear that because I got to work today, and a lot of people are very unhappy because of the trouble at Starbucks. Have you heard what's going on there? Over the weekend, Starbucks introduced their new holiday cups, and what I'm about to show you is highly offensive. Brace yourselves. Here it is.
Bloodshot red.
You can tell it's mine because it says Eileen with 3 N's. People are mad about this cup because they're saying Starbucks is being anti-Christmas. The old cups had snowflakes and Santa's sleigh and elves, you know, all the things that you find in the Bible. And
That's brilliant.
She's brilliant. Ellen's brilliant.
They're just red. And I mean, look at this cup. You might as well call it a Satan sipper, is what you... People are so upset. So Starbucks released a statement about their cups. They said that belonging, inclusion, and diversity are the core values of Starbucks, and Starbucks wants to give customers an experience that inspires the spirit of the season.
Bullshit. Hold on. Okay, so let's I did some fact checking.
Oh,
and
factcheck.org.
Research.
So 83% of Americans identify themselves as Christians. Okay.
Well, who's your source there? Google America?
The internets are the source. So how it doesn't make sense for Starbucks to represent what? So there's 83% and then there's 17% remaining.
Well,
why would they represent a minority?
It's a majority. If you want to represent
50% or more is high probability. 50% or more. Okay.
Yeah, but we're at 83%.
So why would Starbucks give a shoot about representing a minority group?
No. 83. You said 83% Christian
of Americans.
Of Americans, right?
American population.
So that's your base, your money, your customers.
Right.
And don't you want to keep those good, faithful Christians happy?
Exactly. So why would Schultz care about painting their cup red, insulting and offending 83%?
Okay, and there's a few ways of looking at this. Regardless of whether he cares, he still wants to make a profit, right? So to keep those people still coming to Starbucks, you could make, it's 83%. That's 8 out of 10. So 8 out of your 10 cups, make them with Christmas cheer. How about that?
And then the other two have like a Muslim moon symbol on it.
Right.
Yeah,
just put one on the bottom of the cup. Put the symbol on the bottom of the cup.
And then for the NPR folks, have a dreidel.
Now the world's population, I think 32% are Christians. The billion.
Yeah, that's the world. But
America,
here in America, and we can control that. Schultz can control his American.
But he's driving
sales.
He's driving customers away. Considering that most Americans are Christian, why would he want to drive people away from making a profit?
Now it's better to do this, create controversy so you get more attention, and now people are all talking about it. So now people go to Starbucks just so they can buy a cup and make sure it has Merry Christmas on it.
So perfect.
So
reverse
maybe
engineering
that way.
Ingenious.
Now that's Trump, right? That's Trump for you, right? He creates controversy, and so people listen to him or want to know what he has to do, and then they, SNL gets its highest rating show ever. All the Latinos and Latinas, they
Latina.
Don't you think they went and watched it?
Yeah, we're gonna offend each and every race, minority, ethnicity as possible. Now, should I continue with the Ellen Degenerate show clip?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
How dare they? So now, this holiday season, if you want Christmas with your breakfast, you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You have to get really, really high, and then you have to go to IHOP, and then you just stare at your pancakes, and they go, see baby Jesus in there.
Those aren't Christians right there, huh? They're cheering for that.
I understand what Starbucks is going through. I mean, they're really trying, but I know that people don't like change. So I want to help bring the holidays back into your holiday cups. So I'm going to introduce these exclusive. Here, I'll trade you. Thank you so much, Pete. These are Starbucks holiday vision glasses, and what happens when you put them on? So when you're wearing these, you go into Starbucks and you'll see Christmas everywhere you look. Not much else, but that's what you'll see. They're available for $99, which is slightly
but there's
less
no baby
than a venti
Jesus on the
Frappuccino,
classic.
I believe. And remember, don't wear them when you're driving. If you do, let Jesus take the wheel.
Oh, because you're driving with Jesus.
Yes.
So what Donald Trump said about this whole thing was,
That was hilarious.
quote, "No more Merry Christmas at Starbucks. No more. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously, I don't care. By the way, that's the end of that lease. But who cares? Who cares? Who cares?"
Who cares?
That's because he has Starbucks at his Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's going to actually cancel their business.
That's what he said. But who knows if he will.
Yeah, he probably won't. He's probably just trying to stir up his own little sideshow.
I was able to pull up the clip. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear how he said it.
Today I read, and I have Starbucks, they're my tenants. Did you read about Starbucks? No more Merry Christmas on Starbucks. No more. I wouldn't buy. Hey, look, I'm speaking against myself. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. I don't care. By the way, that's the end of that lease, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares?
But today, a big story that Starbucks is taking Merry Christmas off. No more Merry Christmas. I will tell you, lots of big things, lots of little things. You can call this anything you want. But if I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you. That I can tell you.
That he can tell us.
So yes. It's going to be called the Jesus White House?
It might be. So Trump is playing to his audience, just like you're saying Schultz should play to his audience. So you think maybe Schultz will come back?
Well, he's
Trump.
The way Paul put it, he's ingenious. Maybe it's reverse engineering, psychological engineering. Get people riled up, make them go to Starbucks and purchase beverages just so they can have their cups written with Merry Christmas.
So do you think the average Christian coffee drinking Christian, what are they going to do in the morning? Are they going to still go to Starbucks, or what are they going to do? Are they going to be torn to pieces over what to do here?
Well, they'll probably go to Starbucks and vent and complain and ask for a free cup of coffee, or they'll just go to their local brewery or a coffee brewery.
So these people are actually up in arms because of
I don't know, it looks like it.
This stuff.
Yeah,
are they? I mean,
they have a lot of time on there. Yeah.
Have they complained to Myra?
I just don't understand how snowflakes
They've complained.
Really? Well, one person tried to. She wasn't real sure how to go about expressing her, point against Starbucks, and so she was trying to get Myra to write something on the cup that was Christmassy, and she couldn't really think of it. And so Myra was trying to offer her so you want, here's some things that you can get that we offer. There's snowman cookies. There's the advent calendars that are huge. You can get Starbucks' special Christmas blend. There's all sorts of holiday treats that Starbucks is already selling.
Yeah.
And so that lady was taken aback and didn't really know what to say and just got a drink.
She probably just went like a raptor.
What really?
Was she part of our older listening.
What's the age
Probably.
range? Are they older, 40s, 20s, or does it matter? Do you have young 16-year-old Christians that are really...
No. Young Marco Rubio worshiping Christians.
We have to talk about that douchebag, too.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. So,
Did you want to play the Colbert clip on Starbucks, or you think that's enough on that topic?
No, let's play the Colbert.
I don't have that
I emailed it to you.
Just now?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I just want to say a quick... So I don't understand. It's completely unfair to all the employees of Starbucks, because this is just representative, this view is representative of just one guy, or maybe a select few, right? The board of directors.
No, but you said 83% of Americans
are Christian.
Right. And so therefore they celebrate Christmas, right? So they should be up in arms because of this.
Right. I mean, but I just don't understand why the group, the board of directors, have to impose their beliefs onto the employees of Starbucks, which in most cases they're probably Christian. So they're, directly offending their own employees as well. Why should
they were, but not with the red cup. Now they're not. Without the little design patterns, they're not offending them, right?
The red symbolizes blood.
Yeah, it could
to Christmas.
Could represent whatever you want. So, but still, because they took off the little Christmas patterns, now they're not really biased towards any religion, right? Are we correct in that? They're making a statement, right? Schultz is making a statement. We're not biased towards Christians. We welcome all comers, all religions, Allah worshippers, Christ worshippers, Buddha worshippers, whatever.
Then why not just paint their cup, or why even paint their cup red? Why not?
Well, it's because it's baby steps, baby Jesus steps.
Or like rainbow.
So first you take all the designs off, then you take the color off. Maybe.
Why not forget about the cups and just have people sip coffee out of like a trough?
They could do that. You might get germs.
All right, so here's the...
They would buy it, though. Sell it for $2,000. They'll buy it.
A trough?
Uh-huh. Here's your trough traveler.
Christmas trough.
Christmas trough. Get your Christmas crock.
And we have Christmas horses that pee in it, too. But it's still great coffee.
The more Christmasier, the merrier.
All right, let me play this.
To make it more Christmas, we have these Christmas... horses that pee in it, but they just drank Starbucks coffee.
Yep, high in caffeine, a drug, by the way. So should I stimulate your American hardworking slaves with some caffeine?
I think we're offending some of our Christian listeners from
and our
Indonesia.
coffee drinkers.
Yeah,
our drug
we're
addicts.
Offending everybody.
Well, what's the? We're offending 8 out of 10 Americans, but we don't have any American listeners.
But
what's that? What about Indonesia? What's the religion in Indonesia?
How many Christians are in Indonesia?
How many converts?
He probably was thinking about converting, but now.
Nope.
He's like,
oh, I can't do it. I won't do any impressions. Sorry.
I can't do any impressions.
So the Colbert.
Not while you're under a contract with ASU.
No.
Very true. Yeah. Very true.
I'm just a peon. Someone to pee on. The Colbert clip is 5 minutes and 29 seconds.
With the Starbucks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
the one that
well, play a little bit and we'll see.
Yeah, let's just see what's going on.
We're just past Halloween, which means we're about to enter the magical season of getting angry that there's not enough talk about Christmas. Jim?
Starbucks is stirring up controversy over its plain red cups for the holiday season.
Some evangelical Christians are very upset that the coffee giant is doing away with symbols of the season like the snowflakes, the snowmen, and the other kind of ornaments.
Yes, they got rid of the Christian religious symbols like snowflakes and snowmen.
Whoa, wait.
I can't believe it.
Colbert ripping off Ellen DeGenerate.
Yeah.
You think he
took a little bit of her material.
It's like,
wait, who aired first?
Ellen.
Colbert, sorry.
Colbert
I've
needs
lost
new
respect.
material.
Total, all right.
I mean, I think we all remember the story of when baby Jesus was visited by the three wise Frosties. Oh, jingle Jesus, lying in a manger. Ho, 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 and frankincense and myrrh and pumpkin spice. Hey! Sadly, I could go for a myrrh latte. This is the only time of year they make them. Sadly, the three wise snowmen did not last long in the desert. And I don't know why you're clapping. They melted. I don't know why you're clapping. And I can see why people might be all frothed up about this. Now Starbucks is completely devoid of any trace of the holiday besides the Christmas tree ornaments, advent calendars, CDs of Christmas music, Christmas-themed gift cards, Christmas cookies, and giant displays of their Christmas blend coffee.
So they still have that, right?
I still got plenty.
So what's the big deal? Just the cup doesn't have all the other stuff on it?
Yes, and in fact, I think some of their cups have little snowflakes on them or something. Because I've been to Starbucks a couple of times since. The plastic ones, I think, have a little white.
Oh, you mean like the ones on the shelf that you can buy?
No,
the actual cup.
The actual coffee cup.
It's probably leftovers from last year.
That might be leftovers.
Yeah, to recycling their inventory.
The managers might have made a tough decision and said, "Well, we got some leftovers, and we should to avoid protests. We'll put
with E. coli laced around the."
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep playing?
Oh, if you want to.
All right.
I mean, we've been on this for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more caffeine we can soak up.
We have to weigh in on this.
I think we weighed in. I think we've established that this is just a bunch of poppycock.
Poppycock.
Social media doing its job.
Do you want ASP's Stuffcast to be weighing in on these important matters?
These are definitely important.
So
right.
All right. So let's move on to the. Or what do you?
Albert's favorite presidential candidate,
Marco Rubio, is gone.
Enrique
he has
Rubio.
lost the philosopher vote.
Yeah. So I didn't do a
He's
check.
gained the Welders vote.
I doubt there's 83% philosophers in America, much less the world. There's probably like
Rubio's playing to his niche market.
But he lost all the philosophy votes.
Yeah, but we got to look at the percentages. You got to look at the percentages. So how much of percentage of Americans are philosophy majors or just philosophers in general?
0.0000002%.
0.00002%. Okay.
I have to look.
So I sent you the Colbert clip on that piece of it.
Okay, Colbert's weighing in on
everything.
Okay.
At about 3:05 on that video. It's not as long. So
okay. Do you want me to play the original? Does it contain the original?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So start
at like 3:05.
Okay.
So everybody knows what we're talking about.
All right. Rubio hates philosophers.
Hey folks, like many of you, I stayed up late last...
3:05, he said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colbert was talking about the debate and how it's all a bunch of half-informed opinions.
Yep. As always.
On top. It's the one on top. The one on top. And one of the most talked about moments of the night came from Florida Senator and Tampa's #1 realtor of 2013, Marco Rubio.
For the life of me, I don't know why we have stigmatized vocational education. Welders make more money than philosophers. We need more welders and less philosophers.
You know what? It is an interesting point. It really makes you weld. Unfortunately, it turns out that Rubio was wrong because philosophy majors actually make way more than welders.
True.
Which, of course, explains Descartes' famous quote, "I think, therefore, I make it rain up in this biatch."
I don't know if he got that quite right.
That's brilliant.
I'm paraphrasing, obviously. So, all in all, you did not miss much last night. It was kind of like watching paint dry without the added benefit of being able to huff the fumes.
So, and I love how right after Marco Rubio, when he makes that statement, more welders, less philosophers, and everyone claps.
I was about to mention that, but you caught on.
People were just like, woohoo, yeah! Get rid of those damn philosophers!
Every clip you've played so far, like whether that was Ellen or Trump or now Rubio or even, it's like you have all these woo people. It's like these herd mentality people that just cheer whatever.
But no matter what's said,
it doesn't matter what's said. But this in particular, as soon as they said welders make more than philosophers, they got excited. Yeah, these are well-informed, educated,
right? So how
welders up there?
Yeah, less intellectual, less philosophers, and people are going nuts. Like philosophers are on the rise. Philosophers are on the rise.
Well, I mean, you have to look at what they were cheering. I mean, they weren't exactly cheering nothing. They were cheering vocational schools, I guess.
Yeah, vocational training in schools. Yeah,
vocational training. Mm-hmm. So, what does that mean?
So it's like your people who work to build things, make practical, apply, anything that you use.
Yeah.
That's what a vocational school. So you're going to train on trades, like to build a house or just to make something.
to weld, I guess.
Welding is one form of that, but yeah, welders. And I mean, so here's the thing that they're missing is, welding is important. And we do need, if you want to be a philosopher, you need somewhere to sit and think, right? So you're going to need a house or a building or a classroom to do this thinking.
Okay, so welding is philosophers need welders,
but
right?
The thing is, I don't know.
Welders, at the same time, welders need philosophers.
Right. So Descartes needs a bed to sleep on.
But how do they need philosophers?
To help them think about what they're doing.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
They don't need to.
First of all, what do you mean they don't need? Yes, they do. Here's the thing.
Why? Okay, all right.
First of all, there's just no reason why Carco needs to make these judgment claims. Like, we need more of this, less of that, and implicitly degrading the philosopher's career. Right? Or
especially an inaccurate statement.
Right. Yeah. A completely false.
If you're going to make that point, don't throw out something that's not true.
Yeah. And when he does that, I'm not going to vote for this douchebag, right? So, but the thing is, he misses the point. Philosophy is important for any particular field. And I mentioned this in the Motley Fool radio show.
We got to play a clip of some of that.
I have to find that, and they were kind of bashing on philosophy, and I responded. I said, no, if I wouldn't be able to invest on my own, learn about finance, I taught myself how to invest and learn about finance, personal finance, and it was philosophy that gave me the tools to think critically and analytically, going through financial data and to look at the big picture. Philosophy is a critical discipline that you can apply to any field that requires rational thinking. Right.
Well,
you can take a degree in law, in business, medicine, computer science, welding, anything.
Yeah, I would argue there's a philosophy of engineering, a philosophy of journalism, a philosophy of teaching, philosophy of welding, right?
So, right. It's a foundation for any tool, for any field of pursuit. It gives you a critical edge. I encourage young kids to study it.
It should be an undergraduate or lower, bachelor degree requirement.
Yeah.
Just like math, language.
Mm-hmm.
You should have to take philosophy.
I think NPR had a story about teaching philosophy to underprivileged children.
I remember that clip the link you sent me.
Yeah. So they're all on top of it, but that's a liberal station. So you're not going to have the liberals would not have been cheering that.
Philosophy, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah. You have to understand the audience there. Again, Rubio's trying to gain the trust of the inner part of America. Yeah. The interior red cups of America.
the red blood.
That's the interesting thing. They're called the Red Party, but they don't like the red cups.
Yes. Well, let's see. If the red cup had snowflakes and snowmen, it would be all great.
Yeah.
But no more. Yeah. Well, they could always reinstate them. Schultz could be like, "Dang, we pissed off enough people. We still want to make a buck."
Well, we'll find out if this has repercussions on the bottom line of their income.
Probably not.
You doubt it?
Probably not.
Maybe.
No, I think it's just to stir it up, and just like Paul noticed with that when Myra was talking with that lady there, she just kind of went. Well, she still bought her damn like coffee.
God anymore. I'm not coming here.
And I'm sure she showed up the very next day. Or actually 2 p.m.
Go to Pete's Coffee.
Yeah. 2 p.m., 2 to 5, you can get a buy one, get one free. It still went back.
So, and the other thing Rubio was talking about that I found interesting was minimum wage. And he was saying that he thinks that's not the way to go to improve the economy, that we need to... So instead of, increasing the minimum wage for everybody, he thinks that would, eliminate jobs, because all these companies, and Kaiser does it too, they all look for ways to automate processes so they don't have to hire as many live people to do the work. Right. So they look at system solutions. And so Rubio's, and he has a point there, that if you raise the minimum wage, you're going to have more expensive employees and companies aren't going to want to hire them.
Right.
So he says the alternative to that is to help and make it easier for people to start businesses. Mm-hmm. Everybody says you got to create businesses so you can help the American economy that way. So everyone can establish a business.
Small business.
Right. The problem is, how are you going to have a successful business if there's nobody who has enough money to spend on that business? Who's going to spend money on the business if they don't have money? Mm-hmm. So if you have all these people making low wages, no one's going to have enough money to spend and fuel the economy.
Right. Well, the point that Rubio, and it's kind of under the table, the underground stuff, is he wants to keep the mighty whiteys. This is what Albert and I always talk about.
Can you define the mighty whiteys?
Gotta keep them happy.
Just so our Indonesian listeners understand the mighty whitey.
Well, the 1%. Let's put it the 1% top of the people at the top of our economy.
The Mitt Romneys.
The Mitt Romney, right? So
with a nice hairdo.
If we go back to...
You could dive off of his hair into the pool.
If we go back, what is it, 3.5 or 4 years ago when they had the elections going on with Obama and Mitt Romney, all the Republicans, none of them want minimum wage, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's going to scare away all of their top 1% voters, then they're the ones that control the money. Mm-hmm. So they're the one those are the people that control our politics. So Rubio can keep his mighty whitey friends happy by saying that, and then come up with some excuse why it would be really bad for the economy. Mm-hmm. And have an alternative solution that there's really no you could fact check it. There's no reason why that would. You're right. Nobody's going to have any money to spend on the products these small businesses or services are giving out.
Right. And the other worry is that if you raise minimum wage, then you have to account for, multiplicity of other jobs that are already paying low, like teaching positions.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? I mean, everybody...
I don't know if that's a slippery slope argument, but you have to balance out every single aspect.
Yeah, so in the Democratic view is to raise the minimum wages so you can increase the middle class, because the middle class is kind of a suffering population or demographic, especially right after the welders, right? The
you raise their wage, then what about me?
No, the thing
I'm working hard.
People think optimistically, so what the welders thinking when they heard Rubio say that is they think they're part of the 1%. They think they're part of the privilege. So that kind of, while I still maintain my 1% mighty whitey vote, I also gained some welders in the process.
But we lost all the philosophers.
We lost all the 1% of philosophers.
There's not that many.
Yeah. So, I mean,
they're all going to vote for Democrats anyway.
Yeah, they're all going to,
or the Liberals or Green Party.
Yeah.
You're going to end up voting for Hillary Clinton.
The woman with balls.
With the 2 balls.
And I noticed Carolina Fiorina. What's her name? The one
Fiorina,
the one that used to run
Guy Fieri.
That she used to be.
Did she run Hewlett Packard and drove it into the ground?
And then she got fired or something.
Yeah, they what do you call ousted her because they discovered that she had balls.
And Fiorina saying that
they're like duplicates. Hillary Clinton and Fiorina are twins.
Well, they're twins, and she says she's the most apt to duke it out with Mr. Clinton.
Oy vey.
Yeah, and Mr. Carson is also going, keeping a steady popularity as well. He's a African American Christian.
I found out that, or Nancy told me he's a vegetarian.
He's also a vegetarian. He fits a lot of good niche markets. He fits the Christian, is he evangelical? I don't know. But he fits that demographic. He fits the African-American demographic, and now he fits the vegetarian demographic.
So thinking about...
He's a good safe vote there for those particular demographics.
But he says, and I read this somewhere, he occasionally indulges in chicken.
But I've noticed you had little small bites of chicken here and there.
I'm going to edit that out.
And he does not believe in the Big Bang Theory. That's Mr. Carson there.
No.
And he stabbed people when he was adolescent.
Yeah, I forgot. So
and he tried to beat up his mom.
That's a criminal path.
But people say he's making that stuff up just to get attention or something.
But he was saved by the Lord at a certain point.
I murdered some people.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got the
Lord
Christian Starbucks cuppers.
Yeah.
Yep. But see, then the interior red cup of the US of A and especially that southern interior. They are confused.
Now we're offending the South.
Yeah, but they're somewhat confused about Ben Carson because he's of another Obama-like demographic. So
what's Obama-like? What does that mean? Obama-like.
He's a African
Muslim.
A Muslim. I was gonna do something, but that would probably be very offensive.
You'd be fired tomorrow.
Completely.
You'd lose your job
out of the job.
ASP Productions.
I'll force.
Or
look for
the NSA will contact you tomorrow.
That's true. You have to look out for yourselves. I might have to apply for a welding position.
Maybe you should use pseudonames or aliases.
Philosopher and welder.
Your caustic Climacus.
Yeah.
What's Steven's name?
What's your? Yeah, we should go by our.
I think are we just by our emails?
Huh?
Oh no, I think I have my my last name in there. Huh? That's too identifying.
Do you guys want to switch our names around?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
Go undercover.
You got a pseudonym.
All right, so I have to edit out the whole Albert Felice then.
I'm Caustic Climacus.
I'm Caustic Climacus.
I don't think we've said anything too controversial.
Not yet.
Just look at what Trump gets away with all the time. Gosh.
But he's got bodyguards.
He's going to be president.
He's going to be president.
And he's going to be president.
And he's got bodyguards. We don't have those.
That's true. Yeah.
And we don't have millions and billions of dollars.
Yeah. See, Rush Limbaugh and who else gets away with it?
We don't have that philosopher type cash.
Nah, nope.
And then all
bling,
of Fox
bling.
Media. Look, I mean, just go watch some Fox News every once in a while.
Ugh.
Look at what they say.
Which, by the way, speaking of privacy, we have a website, my childish amateur website on WordPress.com. If you're interested, check out ASP StuffCastRadio.wordpress.com.
We got a plug.
Yeah.
There we go. Do we have any advertisers on there?
Any emails
Starbucks?
come in?
No, maybe I'll call the devil Schultz, and he could advertise.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Starbucks. We should get some money.
Yep.
All right, this is a transitional music to the next topic.
40 minutes in.
All right, so what's our next topic?
Didn't you have some fodder already
Do I?
texted or emailed to you?
You texted me?
I think, Paul emailed too. Was there any other?
Well, I don't know if you want to keep talking about politics because we could talk about Trump on SNL, but I think we had enough Donald Trump.
Yeah, we'll do that
discussion.
next week. Next week we'll do the SNL skit.
Okay.
I did like, though, that Larry David called him a racist.
Oh, yeah.
But he got paid for it.
He just made that up, I think.
No, I think he actually got paid for it.
Nah.
I think there's some. If you fact find, you can find somebody that funded him.
But Larry David's a rich man. I don't think he needs the extra $200.
5,000.
For
I think it said 5,000.
So is Larry David back on SNL? This is his second or third appearance?
Well, ever since they did that 50th anniversary show, he's appeared on there a lot.
Do you think he wrote the skit of the penny skit with Sanders, where he's talking about the pennies?
No, he probably helps write some of that because it's very Seinfeld-ish.
Yeah. So let's play a little. Let's see, where is it? I'm gonna play a couple of clips. Now you need to determine whether it is Larry David or what's his name? Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me get the clip ready. Now, hopefully the background. All right. So I'm gonna play the clip, and then you tell me whether it's Sanders or David.
Let me say something that may not be great politics, but I think the secretary is right. And that is that the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you.
All right. No.
Oh, man.
All right. So you got that one, right? That's the first clip.
All
right. Keep that on. All right. That's the first clip. All right. I'm going to play the second clip.
This may not be great politics, but I think the American people are sick and tired about hearing about your damn emails.
Yeah, that's easy.
All right. So.
Because you have somebody that's more whiny.
So which one's
which? Or nasally.
So I'm going to go with the first one was Bernie Sanders.
All right, Steven?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? Well, we're hardcore Curb enthusiasts.
So we know.
But if you didn't know, you might be confused because they sound very similar. It's just Larry David's more over the top.
Yeah.
You remember his Steinbrenner impression?
The fools were talking about Steinbrenner, and they're like, "Oh, that guy in Seinfeld, Steinbrenner, he sounds just like Sanders." But they didn't know. They didn't know.
They don't know Larry
David. No.
Oh,
I was surprised.
That's weird. Yeah. I guess they don't. Well, they don't know about Larry David then.
I guess not. Well, maybe they do, but they just didn't know he played the voice of Steinbrenner.
You'd think NPR would be more educated than that.
Or was it?
Well,
did I say NPR? I meant
this is Motley Fools.
Motley Fools. Yeah.
Well, they should know their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking financial advice from them.
Yeah. 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 Motley Fools. They got their own smart people there. NPR is a little bit more generic, I think, with what they have. But they have a wide range of experts.
Well, it's been known and shown in data that people who listen to NPR make more money than people who listen to Motley Fools.
So I'm very poor, and Steven's very rich.
I'm
a philosopher. Steven's a secret government agent.
Rubio would say we need more engineers than philosophers. I'm sorry.
You've been very vocal about campaign finance reform. How is the way you're
David
financing your campaign different from the other candidates in either party?
Listen, Rachel, the other candidates, they're taking millions of dollars from the Koch brothers and ExxonMobil, but not me. I only accept coins. And I'm not talking about fancy coins like dimes and quarters. I just want nickels and pennies, the coins of the middle class. And Rachel, I don't want new pennies. I'm talking about those old pennies that are so covered in hard black gum you can't even read the date. So America, if you believe in Bernie, I need you to go home, open your closet, pull out your vacuum, dump it upside down, and send me all the pennies that fall out of it.
All right.
So
I'm like George Costanza.
So you gonna play another one? That was on SNL. Right?
Yeah, that was an SNL. I just wanted to play the penny part. I thought that was funny. I was thinking that sounds just like a Seinfeld or a Curb.
So Larry David, he doesn't even have to change his voice around.
not
what he's
much.
doing. He's just talking.
Yeah. I don't know if he's coming out with another Curb, but
he's getting more and more popular.
Yeah,
so it seems
did
like
a Broadway show. Was it last year or this year?
Oh yeah, that was on. They had a big CBS interview with him.
Yeah.
It sounds like a little Seinfeld segue thing.
So, I could hear something. What is it?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so next topic. Anything on your agenda, your list?
Well, what did
any interesting observations in the world this past week?
I don't know. So you sent out that clip between Krauss and Singer, right?
The Krauss and Singer, yeah.
Krauss and Singer.
Did you watch
Krauss,
it?
Who looks like Larry David?
Yeah, he does.
He does. Well, does Peter Singer also look like?
Or I mean, Peter Singer.
Yeah, Peter Singer looks like Larry David a little bit.
Everyone looks like Larry David.
But see, our audience, would they know who Peter Singer and Krauss?
Probably not. So I'd have to mention a couple words.
Yeah, maybe
a one-word
summary. Couple things about those two gentlemen.
We're probably not going to have enough time to talk about that whole debate.
Well, I'm not, because I didn't watch.
You didn't watch it? Okay.
Watch the whole thing. I only watched half an hour or listen to half an hour of it.
So I'm just going to say, Krauss is an asshole.
Ooh, we have to bleep that out.
but explain.
He works at ASU.
Give us a little background here. So Krauss he's an ASU. Well, he's a dean, or what is he?
No, he's a professor, some mighty high up in the hierarchy of academic.
Well, and teaching. I knew Krauss before you even mentioned him because I had no idea he was at ASU. No, he's on How the Universe Works. Yeah. He's on. I think he's even on Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's another one of those popularizers of science.
There's nothing wrong with it from an engineering standpoint.
No, but he's ignorant, just like and when they make these bold claims that philosophy's dead or philosophy's useless, it's pointless, and you could tell he's denigrating or insulting implicitly Peter Singer. He's trying to squish.
Okay, did he do that with who was the last guy?
Noam Chomsky.
Chomsky, did he do it? Chomsky?
No, because he's a cognitive scientist. He's a linguist. Right. So anyone who's not a scientist, Krauss is gonna be sarcastic and antagonistic and ignorant at the same time.
Well,
he's arrogant. He's an arrogant prick.
He was definitely instigating
Yeah, you
somewhat.
can tell he's instigating
on some of that stuff.
Who is he trying to get under their skin?
That's the thing. I think he's just anti-philosophy. It seems like Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse, Lawrence Krauss, and then some other guy, the guy that passed away, Christopher Hitchens. They're all, and Richard Dawkins maybe a little bit. They're collectively part of this. Not all scientists are like this. There's quite a few that respect philosophy or philosophers, but there's a select few, these scientists, so-called scientists, that just have an agenda to serve. They downplay and criticize religion. They downplay and criticize philosophy, and it's just really annoying.
So, okay, well, explain a little bit what Singer is famous for, or what he's known for. What type of philosophical?
What's his deal?
So he's a well-known moral philosopher. So he's a philosopher of applied ethics, where he actually applies ethical theories to practical contemporary issues. So he's well known for writing a book called Animal Liberation.
He mentioned that. So Krauss mentioned that. So humans are more like animals than and this was back. When did he write this book?
In the 70s. So
70s.
This is he created a huge movement. Converting people into practicing vegetarianism. It became this ethical practice.
So he doesn't eat chicken.
No, he does not. He does not eat chicken.
He doesn't sneak in a little piece of chicken.
No.
He doesn't drink any milk.
He doesn't believe in having pets. He doesn't believe in he doesn't believe in certain forms of animal experimentation. His theory.
Just cats.
Wait. Is this why we're not going to have Shamu?
Who knows? That documentary that changed.
So that whole PETA movement, that was all probably because of Mr. Singer there, or Dr.
There's
Singer,
a good likelihood, a good chance that his thoughts and ideas about vegetarianism influenced people's thinking. Now, his philosophy is that we shouldn't, just because non-human, so there's a distinction between human beings and non-human animals. And just because a being lies outside our species, Homo sapiens, doesn't mean that we shouldn't include or count their interests regarding ethical dilemmas.
Well, we do that with dogs, and we do that with cats, right?
It's no different than racism, right? We shouldn't treat blacks or Muslims or women any differently, right? Just because they're different with respect to race, sex, or gender. So why should we treat non-human animals any differently? They have the capacity to feel pain and pleasure. They have interest not to suffer. So why should we treat them any differently? Why should we go ahead and...
Plants? What about plants?
Well, there's a different degree of suffering that, you step on a plant, there's no obvious signs that they have. Well, first of all, to feel
hear that crunch.
To feel
those dry leaves, right?
In order to feel pain, they need to have some kind of central nervous system, right?
You could argue debatable about a plant or
but sure, some of those scientists could argue against that.
Science. So you have a range of pain on the scale of 1 to 10. You step on a cat's tail, you see it yowl, versus stepping on a carrot. It's not gonna show any apparent or readily apparent signs of suffering and pain.
A plant, a snail, now a mollusk.
Well, no, the snail maybe, right? They have a more sophisticated structural system, the biological system.
The issue with the snail and the difference between a snail and a plant. Now, the snail has a central nervous system, but he won't even know when he's killed. Really, a snail won't realize it.
Well, that's the issue of consciousness or conscious awareness. But does that matter? The fact that a being has a higher faculty of thought, like intellectual activities, thinking, reasoning, imagining, why should that play any moral relevance in determining who should suffer or not? So a dog or a cat, do you think that it has consciousness? Or even if it does, that shouldn't matter. The fact is it can suffer or it can feel pain and joy, and just like we do, we feel pain and we feel joy. So I just don't see how.
They showed a clip of a monkey being handed some food, I think, and it was hard to see on the video.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that was?
What was that about?
Yeah.
It rejected it. I think they were handing out like grapes or something and switching it occasionally with a rock. And when it was given a rock, the ape would throw it back.
Oh, okay.
So it knew how to distinguish between something edible and something non-edible.
That's an ape. They're pretty much smarter than most humans.
Yeah. No, that's exactly Peter Singer's point. So you take a mentally deficient person compared to
Marco Rubio.
Right. So you got. Are you just?
No, I think
Marco Rubio. No,
I thought they were handing him like a broccoli or something.
Was that broccoli? I don't know.
Some vegetable, and then at first the monkey was like kind of eating it and like, oh yeah, cool, this is a broccoli, and then
was it a monkey or an ape?
I don't know.
Primate,
kind of a small
one
primate.
of the monkeys.
I assume it's a monkey.
Yeah.
So they handed it broccoli. And
apes are the bigger.
Yeah, so at first it was just like vegetable, and then it's thankful for the food, so it's like, yeah, I got some food. Then next it was a sweet grape, and then it was like, oh, grape, and then they went and switched it back out with broccoli, and then it was like, I don't want broccoli anymore, tossed it back, give me that damn grape.
Right.
So that was the difference. Now it wasn't just it was a rock. No, this ape was, or this primate was intelligent. Was like, if I can get the grape, I'm going to stick with that grape.
Yeah.
So it's very human-like.
Very human-like, right.
So, so Peter Singer...
I want Starbucks, not Pete's Coffee.
Right. I want that.
Yeah. Give me the one with the snowflakes.
Yeah. A primate would be able to distinguish that.
Right. So I'm going to finish my point. So why should... Okay, if having higher cognitive faculties is what separates humans from non-humans, if we should treat that as the distinguishing mark, well, let's consider the following scenario. There are mentally deficient people like Marco Rubio.
Okay.
But seriously, there are mentally deficient people, and you compare that with, say, a chimpanzee who has a higher cognitive capacity than this Marco Rubio mentally deficient.
Oh, don't use that term.
Yeah.
But Marco Rubio is
okay.
So why should we give special treatment towards Marco Rubio just because he happens to be part of the Homo sapiens?
Shares the same identical DNA.
That's where the term Peter Singer is famous for, although his friend coined the term, but Peter Singer made it more popular, speciesism. So there's racism, sexism. Am I missing out? Racism, sexism, and then there's speciesism.
Yeah.
Right? We treat other non-human entities as if they're, completely different.
Well, the thing is, I've read the Bible and it says we have dominion, and I'm sticking with
that. That.
Well,
that's
the
that.
thing
Drop
is,
the mic.
Yeah, drop the mic.
The thing is, dominion does not imply that you should slaughter, kill, or even eat non-human beings.
Well, it depends what dictionary you're using. If you're using Webster version...
Yeah, but none of those definitions, none of those entries mention you should slaughter, kill, and disassemble non-human parts.
It doesn't say you shouldn't.
Well, all right. So stalemate.
Bible stalemate.
You can't draw the conclusion either way.
I don't know. Those evangelicals, they will find something. We're already an hour.
Well, we gotta play a quick little game before we go out.
Okay.
All right. What are we playing this week?
All right, we're gonna play a game of Would You Rather.
Did we play that game last week or no?
No, we ripped off a game from the Motley Fool, Buy, Sell, and Hold.
Oh.
It was the Buy, Sell, and Hold Donald Trump's hairdo.
Okay, now Would You Rather is a little different.
A little different. This game's existed since the 12th century, medieval period. I don't know. I made that up.
Records of that?
No records whatsoever.
Before humans existed.
So you pick 2 questions and you say, would you rather X or would you rather Y? And then you give an explanation.
Okay.
Now,
right.
I only came up with 3 questions. I don't know if you guys have anything.
All right.
Do you want me to? So how about I ask Steven?
Okay.
All right. So would you rather have explosive diarrhea at work or explosive vomiting at your niece's high school graduation ceremony?
Well, I think...
So explosive diarrhea at work or explosive vomiting at Alana's high school graduation ceremony?
Is there a right or wrong answer?
Okay, I would rather have explosive diarrhea at work because I think I'd have time to race over to the bathroom, sprint over.
Spraying your way over there?
Like I could pretend
like
my
projecting?
cell phone went off. I could make it buzz or something, and then, kind of nod my head at everybody. I got to take this, and then sprint.
You gotta get that Dumb and Dumber clip.
The what? Oh, yeah,
because
go gadget diarrhea pants.
And then diarrhea doesn't hurt as much as vomiting. I mean, vomiting hurts. And plus, if I'm stuck in the ceremony, I think I'm gonna be around a bunch of people, and it's my niece, and
right.
I gotta stick it out. But
all right.
Yeah, definitely ED in the office.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so Steven, do you have any questions, or do you want me to continue?
Continue on.
All right, so Paul, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Paul.
Let's get a drum roll.
All right, let's get a... How about we have Hank... Tom Hanks is here to... Oh, hey, Tom Hanks.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Oh, Tom. What do you...
Did you just pee on us?
Did you... Oh, stop. Tom Hanks. All right, get out. Get out of here.
It's just peeing. That's all he does.
Man, all right. Anyway.
Pees all day.
Okay. All right, Paul.
All right.
Would you rather have a silent but deadly farting weapon or an atomic fart blast that doesn't smell? So silent but deadly farts literally can knock people completely unconscious, or insanely loud atomic sound fart blasts, but they don't smell at all. So awesome sounding farts.
But this is in the office again? Is it?
Yeah, where's the location?
Okay. So Steven, I don't know, pick a location.
I think the office.
The office?
Just in the middle of a meeting.
Okay, all right. In the middle of a meeting, silent but deadly farts versus atomic fart blast that can impress, a whole bunch of people at the big...
They'll all pass out.
Everyone, if either way they're going unconscious, but I don't think you can go wrong.
So they're
I'd probably go with the silent but deadly
in the conference room.
Because then you could blame the other dude next to you.
That's true.
Really me.
That's true.
Silent. Didn't hear that.
I don't know. I think I would
Jenkins.
I think I'd prefer the atomic.
the
loud and proud.
Yeah, loud and proud. Yeah, I did that.
You could still kind of blame somebody too for that. Yeah.
But I want to take credit for my awesome sounding.
You actually want to take credit.
Flatulence.
Right. So you have to ask yourself the last "Would you rather" question.
What?
So you said you had 3. You have to ask yourself a question.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
How? You have to have
shots fired.
Yeah, you have to ask me a question.
I don't know. Do you have one? Do you think of anything, Paul?
The other question.
Okay. How about, would you rather have Larry David as president or Donald Trump?
So that's very interesting because my third question was, would you rather have Woody Allen as your grandfather or Larry David as your dad?
It's the same thing.
It's almost the same question. Okay.
So would you rather have Larry David as president or Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Tough one.
I know. Larry Larry David with Donald Trump's hairdo.
Yeah, it's like a mix. You can't go. It's all
The ultimate weapon.
The ultimate weapon. I think Larry David. See, if we had Larry David, we wouldn't get anywhere. Because now I like Larry David as a person, but as a president, he probably wouldn't be a perfect candidate or a perfect president because
be very neurotic
and he's indecisive, or he'll.
I'm not signing that bill. What do you want to
sign this for?
What do you call this?
Yeah.
This is nonsense.
What does this mean? This is
Get
stupid.
this out of my face. I don't want to deal with this.
How am I going to do this? I need.
Well, and plus, nobody would ever. He'd never get in office anyways. He'd piss somebody off, and he doesn't have any friends.
That's
right?
true.
I mean,
he would probably
his
not be.
cabinet would be empty.
Yeah.
Except for what's his name? Funkelberry.
Funkhauser.
Funkhauser would be like Funkhauser would be his vice president, but he would hate him. He'd still hate him.
No one will like Larry. It would just be chaos, pandemonium.
Wait, he does have his one. Who's his buddy? His fat friend there.
Oh, Jeff.
Jeff Garland.
Jeff, yeah, he'd be the vice president. So he does have one friend because Jeff kind of puts up with him, right?
No,
he's like Chris Christie.
Yeah, he kind of
the same
Chris
person.
Christie. Yeah, yeah. So maybe you could compare them to next time, but then the wife, be yelling at him in the background.
So I'm thinking we should do like a skit. I was going to talk about an idea for stuff, but I don't know if we're out of time. Maybe we could
10 minutes over almost.
We could talk about it next week, maybe. That way we'll have stuff to talk about. Stuff, you get it? Stuffcast.
I did see, because I was looking on to see what we could call this, but I noticed someone else had already come up with Stuffcast.
Are you serious?
As a podcast. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't know if they're still recording it or if it's old, but if you search Stuffcast on you'll find that.
Oh, motherfucker.
Uh-oh. Beep.
Are you serious?
Or the podcast search on your app.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So we're going to have to come up with something original.
But that's us, stuff.
Somebody got to it first.
Maybe call it ASP Stuff Cast.
How many episodes does this
Let's see.
Imposter have? See, if we can get 100 by the end of the month.
It's called the Stuffcast. And recorded, I think, 3 or 4 episodes.
Well, we'll have
recently?
More than that pretty soon.
It says there were 2 guys with an absurd number of interests and hobbies, but mostly cartoons and video games. So they decided to make a podcast about all of them. This is what the podcast, the number one listen. This is that podcast, the number one listen on the web. They spell listen, Listen.
Wow, so they're totally, completely ignorant morons.
I don't know how old this is. They did not have any reviews.
Did you listen to any of them?
No, not yet.
I wonder how their sound quality is. They definitely don't.
Stuffcast brought to you by Toenails, the body's leading provider of toe protection. Just head to toenail.com/stuffcast for a 10% discount. And on with the show.
That guy
I was going to
masturbating?
say this podcast is brought to you by the word butiraceous, having the characteristics of butter.
Horrible.
Okay, so we were both on the same general track. On with the podcast. All right, White, sing theme song. The one that you heard for 6 months leading up to this moment.
Yeah.
The audio is not
very
so
nervous,
great.
but also excited.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be
Interesting.
I don't want to be associated with that anymore.
You're going to have to come up with a new name.
Have to.
They had a logo too with a smiley face.
Son of a.
They got on. Yeah.
Well, I didn't. The reason why I didn't get on is because of the copyright issue.
Yeah, you can't play any music that's copyrighted. You have to come up with your own theme, create your own logo, and then you can get on.
Yep. Well, I have an outro that's completely original. In fact, we made this song in our teens, or maybe I was in my teens. We made this song. It's called "What Homework Do You Have?" So I was able to dig that up.
Should play that out.
Remaster
play us
it
out with
and
that.
Play us out.
But I need an idea for what we're going to call ourselves now.
We'll have to think about that for the next episode.
What homework do you have?
All right.
Since it's original.
All right, then. So that's it.
All right.
We're done with episode number 3.
Good talking to you, Indonesia.
Yes, Indonesia. I'm sorry, we're going to have to come up with a different name, a different website design. Sorry to disappoint you.
We're going to be getting some
inconvenience
email.
Yeah.
Do you get any emails to that email address?
Absolutely none.
Okay, he's still playing silent, our Indonesian listener.
Cricket sounds.
Yep. He's listening, though. He's out there.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right, guys. I'll see you. We'll talk to each other next week. Thanks for joining me in our Blank Internet Cast radio show.
Talk to you later.
Here is What Homework Do You Have by ASP.
See ya.
Hey, guys.
See ya.
What homework do you have? 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 What 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 do you have? About the stuff you have to bring to school, and what you have to bring to school is books, math, science, a lot of books. Yeah. What homework do you have? 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 I'm math, I'm science, I'm history, I'm reading. Yeah. Cool, we got something better for you than anything in the world. What books you gonna bring? What books you gonna bring? Science, social studies, math, English. What books you gonna bring? Science, Spanish, English. What books you gonna bring? And then after school, did you bring your books? I forgot to bring them! You forgot to bring them? You forgot to bring your books? Just kidding! You got to bring your books to school. You got to bring them. See, we've got to fight for freedom.
What books do you bring and what homework do you have?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Small.
Yeah. Alrighty. You guys ready?
Yep.
You guys sound excited?
Yep. Here we go. Fun-filled week.
I got a lot to talk about. Alright.
Is there? Alright.
Alright, so we
Play your little hit music.
copyrighted music.
Yep. Flight of the Bumblebee.
I'm gonna change it up a little.
Alright.